Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Santz, your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network. Welcome back to another installment of Bodybuilding Daily, where we talk about all things hot topic and trending in the world of bodybuilding. I do want to announce that we did get approved for a general press pass for the Arnold Classic coming up this week. We're very excited to do that and to be there and provide you with top-tier coverage of the Arnold Classic and a lot of interviews that are going to be happening at the expo around booth 1009, which is Old School Bodybuilding Clothing Company. We'll talk more about that at the end of the video. But I did want to start off with a news update from the Masters Olympia. That'll be happening this, November? I already forgot the date, but they have increased the prize purse, or at least they have announced the prize purse of $229,000. Why not 230? It's pretty arbitrary, unless they have it already broken down through the, probably 50 competitors. You think there's 10 different divisions, 5 athletes in the top 5. Maybe they give top 6 prize money. I don't expect that, but it's going to be an interesting situation to see how they break up this money, especially when you start looking at some of the top names within the Masters Men's Open. If we have some big names like Dexter Jackson or someone like Dennis James was the guy really making the conversation about this. If we have people like that coming into this Masters Olympia, Phil Clahar, maybe, I don't know. I haven't talked to Phil yet about it, but it will be interesting to see how they break up the prize money to try to be as fair as they can to the other divisions. But the Men's Open Bodybuilding has always been the crown of most shows, and that's usually where the majority of the prize money goes. Also, I got a cute little adapter for the microphone, so now I can move it around, and I'm not sitting like this recording anymore. So that is a plus. Next up, we have some news updates from our good friend Shaun Clarida. I was about to say Phil Clahar again. Shaun Clarida, 1 week, technically only 4 or 5 days out from when we'll get on stage for prejudging at the expo, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the conversation here is comparing an 8-pound difference. Math is hard, but let me know. That looks like an 8-pound difference from the Olympia to the Arnold, exactly 1 week out. And when I originally saw this photo, the first thing that came to my mind was how unique Shaun Clarida's back is when you think about the other guys that are in the Men's Open Arnold Classic. And Toto agrees. I don't know if the microphone, this fancy $300 microphone, picks that up anymore, but when you look at his delts, his clavicle width is very capped out, so he's not able to really grow out this way anymore. So he's just kind of filling it out like Phil Heath used to, but without the width. And Phil had shorter clavicles, wide chest and whatnot. It was tighter in, and when you look at Shaun Clarida, it does seem that he is, I know I've probably said it a few times, but he really is capped out, and I don't know what else he can do to improve his physique. I don't know if changing the posing would help him at all, because you can see that he's really letting the elbows go forward, and he's almost like when he's doing the lat spread, he's letting his hands fold inwards instead of using the thumbs to really open it up and drive the elbows up. He's obviously a 2-time 212 Mr. Olympia champion, so not gonna expect him to take my posing feedback, but it would be interesting to see if he's able to present a wider physique from the back. And from the front, his chest is a little caved in. It's not his strongest body part. So there are going to be some things that he's going to have to overcome that conditioning alone won't get him the title here. So those are the things I'm excited to see if he's able to make those improvements and make those corrections. And we will see in less than a week's time. Next up, Justin Rodriguez sharing probably one of the few physique updates that we'll see before he gets back on stage at the Arnold Classic, and this will be his last show of the 2022 season. And my thought, I'm just sharing as news my thoughts on things because that's what you guys watch. When I saw the original photo in the middle, I thought, wow, his hamstrings in the side leg, they don't look very detailed. And I was thinking he must have looked a lot better at the Olympia. And I found this photo from the Olympia, different pose, but still from the side. The hamstring, the quad, the glute, not a lot of detail. And that's something I did not remember. I thought it was a lot cleaner, a lot more crisp. So this is worrying me, and I genuinely think that this is going to greatly hurt his placings. You think about someone like him, he's going to have to battle out with Keem. He's going to have to battle out with Kamal, Patrick Moore. Those are going to be the guys debatably in the bottom, rounding out the bottom of the top 10. I think, do they have 9 or 10 competitors now? It does worry me. I think that it's going to greatly hurt his placings. And, Justin, if you are watching, I hope that you are able to show off maybe some more physique updates from the side to give myself, media, and the fans as well, as I am both, a little bit more insight into the side shots in your conditioning coming into the Arnold Classic. Next up, I saw a conversation from some of the bigger channels here on YouTube in the bodybuilding space talking about Keon Pearson and the possibility of him moving into the open division. I did not watch the one specific video that I saw. And my thoughts here is I don't think in any capacity that Keon Pearson is going to be moving to the open. I don't even think there's nothing about this physique update that speaks open. He's very big, but he's also very much in the off season. And we've seen him recently at the 212, and he just placed top 6. So he was just able to crack into the top 6. I think it's silly to kind of put those thoughts out there of trying to motivate the guy and maybe put some whispers in his ear and in his team's ear of him moving to the open division, when he has been someone to jump ship early after his can I say botched in a respectful way, last Olympia's botched placing, where he did not come in shape as much as he wanted to, and there was some medical things that happened during that prep. And then immediately after that, I know Dave Palumbo and RX Muscle, they did the graphics back to classic, like Back to the Future, and that was a big storyline. It was a knee-jerk reaction from him, an emotional reaction from him to leave the 212 for the Classic. And then he unannounced, he just decided to hop back into the 212 and not even really announcing it, at least from my memory. Of course, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I want your voices to be heard. And last but certainly not least, I wanted to talk about William Bonac. In a recent physique update, William Bonac is discussing one of his big, more important focuses of the offseason coming into this Arnold Classic prep was him trying to make the improvements to his midsection. A recent post saying, 1 more week to go until the Arnold Classic 2023, working hard on my weak spot pose, which is ab and thigh, and making it his strongest. Now, I don't have anything too harsh to say about his midsection. You can see guest posing around 2-ish weeks out from the Olympia. The midsection, I don't think, was a huge problem for him. The big thing was the conditioning wasn't as up to par as what we've seen before from the 2-time Arnold Classic champion. The question is, can he gain the title back? It's going to be an absolute uphill battle for him to do so, but I am excited to see how William Bonac does at this upcoming Arnold Classic. And last but certainly not least, I don't know if I've talked about Miss Bojan over on Instagram, 7-time Olympian. She recently, I've been following her for a while, so I'm sure I must have talked to her about her at least once. She recently, as I digress back to what I was trying to talk about, she recently competed and crushed in the kickoff of the 2023 bodybuilding season with a bang at the Orchid Pro in Thailand. I believe it said in Thailand, Singapore. So congratulations to her. I wasn't too familiar with the other ladies on the scorecard when I saw the post originally, and I even said, and I messaged her, I said, hey, you're my pick to win this show. Best of luck. She said thanks or something nice like that. So happy to see that she's qualifying for her 8th Olympia competition. Very excited for her, and it's going to be nice for her to hop right into the off season, take some time off, and get ready to make improvements on her placings. And last but not least, as we did discuss in the beginning of the video, we will have very cool merch at the Arnold Classic at booth 1009. 1009. Yeah, 1009 technically counts. Old School Bodybuilding Company has made some very cool t-shirts for us that they will have available at the booth. If you want to purchase them, they will be priced competitively, so you will be able to pick up yourself some very cool old school bodybuilding clothing swag that also has Bodybuilding News Network on it, which is something new. Of course, if you guys want to order something like this, message me on Instagram. We'll figure out a price, size, and a color if you want. And I will have a couple in a backpack at the Arnold Classic Expo. If you're interested in purchasing them on site, I have mediums and larges. And the larges, I wear a large, and I typically wear a 2XL when I'm training, if you think about like the oversized tees. So keep that in mind. I will have, I'm going to bring about like 15. It's going to be split down the middle between mediums and larges. So if you guys want to buy those, you can. If not, I'll probably hand them out at the end of the expo to any subscribers that swing by and say hi. So that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen, for another installment here on the Bodybuilding News Network. I'm your host, as always, Josh Sanch. Thank you so much for watching. Consider sharing this video with a like-minded individual, as sharing costs you nothing and it greatly helps the channel. Oh my God, my freaking cat. It greatly helps the channel grow. And that'll do it for another one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.